What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right? Welcoming you back to the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today is day number 24, and we're taking another look at Yubel Unchained. That's right, we're going with the Yubel strategy, doing reverse damage to our opponent via battle, and trying to out our opponent by just crashing Yubel into big monsters. So we got ourselves our Yubel, we have the Yubel strategy, but combined with that, we have the Unchained. The Unchained also like to blow stuff up. The Yubels like to blow stuff up with their own. So it's a nice little combination that works surprisingly well. So we got this deck here today, and we're going to be showing it off in some good old-fashioned duels on EDO Pro at Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's all thanks to Mr. Eric Breeze, who wanted us to take another look at the Yubels Unchained. So we're going to go into there, we're going to show off this deck, show you the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and have ourselves a good old time. So we're going to get into that. If you want the whole deck list, it'll be at the end of the vid, but for now, let's get into some nice live duels and show off how this deck works. Alright, yeah, first opponent, another day, another card game. We like to go first, but can also just as well go second with this deck. We have options for both. I couldn't really think of a name for today. Normally, I like to change the names per episode to be like, you know, a little bit of variety there, show, like, themed around the deck itself. I couldn't think of anything appropriate, more or less. It's like, what do I name this deck? I don't know. The sexy spider-haired waifu lady? I don't know. I could have just called myself Three Eyes. Maybe I'll change that. Now that I think about it a little bit more. But regardless, we're going second. Our opening hand is okay. I mean, I've got some Sara. This is one of our most important startup monsters. I can tribute him to summon Yubel. I've got the Unchained Soul of Disaster, which I don't need in my hand, but I can use other things. I do have Nightmare Throne. That's going to be good. It can get me a monster from mine deck. I got my Imperm. I've got Harpy's Feather Duelister. All in all, pretty good for an opening hand. And since we're going second, I get another card. So that'll be good. And we'll see how this goes. Last time I played this deck, I had an amazing time. Neos Fusion was, funnily enough, like in our hand more often than not. Hopefully we get to show things off that aren't Rainbow Neos, because as much as I love Rainbow Neos, he has nothing to do with the rest of the deck. He's entirely in here as a reference to old GX. But we'll see what this guy does. He's taking his sweet time. I guess I'll skip ahead until he's done. So let's do that. Alrighty, so we're back. And it turns out that this was, in fact, Gate Guardians. Was not expecting it to be Gate Guardians, but it is exactly what it is. Let's see. It's fine. No. Boss came in. Oh man, this guy's at work playing the game. That was funny. But yes, we're going to use our Nightmarish Throne. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another copy of the Spirit of Yubel. Or I could just destroy it now. Let's see. Special summon, blah, 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 blah. If I destroy it, I'll get a thing. I'm already going to get another one. Yeah, I'll just add this to the hand. I'm not going to go too complicated with that. I'm not going to overthink this. This is going to be pretty simple, straightforward thing, because that's what Yubel is. It's a pretty straightforward bunch. We're going to use our Samsara Lotus, though. I'm going to tribute that off, and I get the special summon a Yubel monster. I could go for the OG Yubel, but for now we're going to go for the Spirit of Yubel. This is our nice spell trap searcher, and we're going to get the Trap of Eternal Favorite, which essentially lets me super poly my opponent using my Yubel monsters. As we continue, though, let's go for Nightmare Pain. I can destroy a dark to add a Yubel or monster that mentions it, and I could do that. Again, I could get the OG Yubel. Do I need to do that? Well, I'll get another one. Okay, let's try this. We're going to use Nightmare Pain. We're going to pop the Yubel that is... let's destroy the one that's... Let's see... Yeah, it has to be on the field. We'll pop Yubel. We're going to add ourselves another Yubel monster. We'll get ourselves a Samsara Regenerating Lotus. And this is going to prompt both of our cards. We're going to use Yubel, and we're going to use Nightmare Throne. That's an OTK. It might very well be. Our whole thing is being able to reverse damage the opponent. We don't have quite enough for game here, but we're pretty damn close. We are pretty damn close. Because I don't have quite enough for game, but I'm very close. Close, but not enough. I made 210. That is true. If I had 210s, I could have made Gustav Max, but I don't run to Gustav Max, sadly. But let's go ahead and attack the Gate Guardians combined. He will take all of the damage, thanks to our Nightmare Pain. My opponent takes all damage I would take from my Yubels being battling. That'll take him down to 500. Oh, it's so close. Let me think. I could add Unchained. I have already normal summoned, though. So I'm just going to set ein card, and we'll end my turn. Now, during the end phase, the OG Yubel does state you have to tribute a monster, otherwise it gets destroyed. We're going to go ahead and summon out the Samsara Lotus. We use Yubel's effect. That way we have to tribute off our Lotus. That's the Lotus's whole thing. You just bring it out, summon a Yubel, keep bringing it back to keep bringing out more things. And Incarnate here, also pretty nice. When it destroys, well, every end phase, it destroys every monster on the board. My monsters, his monsters, every monsters. And even if he does destroy this, I gotta keep going. That's the thing. There's 3 versions of Yubel. There's the OG, there's this thing, and then there's the ultimate nightmare. Let me think. Nah, not yet. We'll wait for the eternal favorite. My opponent, well, we gotta give him some credit. The man is finding time in the middle of his busy work schedule, dodging around his boss in order to play a children's card game. You gotta give him some leeway here. What do we got? Dark Element. Okay. That just makes him immune to monsters, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I do control, well, I control a Yubel. The thing is about the fusion, I'm pretty sure it only counts the original Yubel, which isn't as good, but it is what it is. So we'll see what this guy's gonna do. He's got Dark Guardian. He's got the Guardian of Thunder and Wind. So he can add a Yubel spell trap, or not Yubel, but Gate Guardian spell trap. But it doesn't really matter what he do, because I don't take damage no matter what he does. That's kind of the thing about Yubel, the OGs. When they attack, they do the damage to the opponent. When opponent attacks, oh wait, no, it's the other way around. They have to attack me, and they take the damage. Either way, doesn't really matter. So he's gonna Dark Guardian it up. All my life points. That's a lot of life points, man. I needed those. Alright. It's fine. Go ahead. Pop a card. I dare you. Might as well try the fusion while I'm at it. Might as well. Don't see a reason not to. You're destroying my field spell. Okay, I don't really need the field spell anymore, but okay, you do you. You do you, sir. You do you. I guess he's going to... Oh, wait, now I know what he's trying to do. He's going to try and get out the Gate Guardian that negates stuff. That's his plan. He's going to try and get out the one that negates my effects, and then he's going to ram into Terror Incarnate. When this facing card leaves the field, although, if he leaves the field, I still get the OG. And even if that's not the case, I'm going to try and fuse with him. If I have that option, that's what I'm going to do. We're pretty set. What is he going to do now? SP Little Boy. Opponent activates a card effect. Target a card in the field. Banish it. Uh-huh. That is a quickie. Let me think about this. Okay, you know what? We'll allow that. I'm curious as to where this is going to go. I mean, I can reset my board at any time. It's not that big of a deal. This SP Little Knight, a little tricky to deal with, but I think I can deal with it. Because, yeah, he can summon out the other Gate Guardian. That doesn't really affect me too much. That's the thing. Like, I still don't take damage. I still can't be destroyed in battle. SP Little Knight only gets him to banish my Yubel if he, you know, he has to, or I have to use a card effect. So, well, I'm a good. Fuck it. I got nothing. Oh, no, he's got nothing. Alright. He's got nothing, and he's just gonna ram into me anyway. I do have the Spirit of Yubel, and I can special summon it. Yeah, I'm good. My opponent takes all the damage. There you go. But he went out on his own terms, so that was a good duel for my opponent. I wish him a hearty GG. So, yeah, that is the idea of this deck with the Yubel side, but we didn't see any of the Unchained except for this dude. But, you get the idea of the Yubels. Summon the Yubels, reverse damage to your opponent, and you have yourselves a good time. We don't need to negate nothing. That's not the idea of this deck. Our idea is purely battle damage. That's what we want to do. So let's go for duel number 2. See some more of the Unchained in action, and see what other crazy things we can get up to. Maybe sneak a Gustav Max into the extra deck. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. And we'll see what we got. I'd like to see some of my Unchained boys. That would be nice. Show off that little bit of combo wombo. Alright. Not bad. This, good. Not bad. Going second, so this is good. Piss, you say. Monsters with 1,500 more attack cannot attack, you say. Oh, hilarious. Alright, let's do our thing. Let's summon out the Lotus. Show my opponent that his floodgates are meaningless in our power. In the base of our power, they mean nothing. Let's go for the Spirit Yubel. And get ourselves our pain. Gonna get some pain. Although the only problem right now is... yeah? Wait, what was I getting? Yeah, getting the pain. Yeah, the only problem at the moment is my opponent doesn't have a monster, and I kind of need him to do that, to do things. It's kind of the issue here. So we're going to set, like, a bunch of stuff. I'm going to set a bunch of stuff, and... without losing our hat, we're going to go ahead and add a monster. We're going to get Shavra. We're going to get the red boy, the limited boy. The boy who would have made Unchained unstoppable if he had just been left alone. And I can special summon him, get another monster, get more things. Okay, why not? We're going to pop an Unchained. We have to at least show off the Unchained strategy. We're going to pop one of our Unchained cards, and that's going to activate, get us another Unchained monster. I'm going to go for a copy of Aruha. Just because. I could get the other guy, but this guy works too. So we're going to make Unchained Soul of Rage. This is basically just lets me link with my opponent's stuff. And of course, our red boy, when he uses link material, sets me another card. Now, what I want here... I guess I'll get Escape in the off chance I need to pop this just to, make plays. But I should be reasonably set at the moment. Obviously, I can't battle with Unchained Soul, but I can attack with Spirit of Yubel, which obviously won't do anything, but you got to intimidate your opponent. You have to intimidate them. You have to show them that you mean business. Okay? You can't just sit there in the face of their floodgates. You got to smack them with a 0 attack monster. Okay? That's just how you have to do it. What is this? Galaxy Cyclone. Oh, man. Popping the one card that would have been helpful. Alright. Is what it is. Tis what tis, I suppose. Alright. You pop my face down. You pop the one face down that... Oh, we don't even know what he's using yet. I mean, so far, all he's doing is, like, nothing. Whole lot of nothing, and I top deck into another one of these. A Yubel or a card that mentions it. I could get another of those, and then I'll get Yubel the OG. I could get Yubel going. I get the Gustav Max, do burn damage. Screw it. Why not? I see no reason not to do this. So we're going to pop our Spirit of Yubel. We're going to get some Sour Lotus. This will activate the Spirit of Yubel's special ability. And I shall summon forth the OG Yubel from mine deck. Alright. And then we're going to normal summon... Yeah, you've seen this guy. We already know what some Sour Lotus does. But we're going to tribute him off. I'm going to get another Spirit of the Yubel. That'll search me another card, because deck thinning is always good. And we'll get Eternal Favorite to our hand, just in case we need it. And now that we have 2 level 10s, and I decided to change the deck up a little bit, here we go with our good friend Gustav Max. Take a railgun. There you go. Fire the waifu at him. That's what you do. Fire women. What else are you going to do with them? Anyway, so we're going to end our turn now, because again, this thing is it's here. I have an out to it. But my opponent doesn't know... Well, he does. Does he know I have this? I don't think he does. Maybe he does. Well, regardless, I have it if I ever need it. Plus, my opponent seems to have bricked. I have a feeling he has, like, raw sphere mode in his hand. or something of that nature. All right. Oh, there goes my pain. You took my pain away. How dare you? How dare you take away my pain? That was mine. What is this? Recover. This card's in the grave. Opponent has 5 more cards on the next day. They need to pay 2,000 life points. Okay. I don't know what that is. It's a book. It's a book with hands. Like Skellangle's derpier cousin. Oh, it's one of those decks. I see. Okay, now it makes way more sense. Makes way more sense now. Alright, well, if that's how you want to play this, little Timmy, I will play that game. Let's go ahead and discard a Yubel, because I can just get that back later. Let's see. Monster, same attribute, different types. Sorry, my boy. I need other things. I need to cost my opponent life points. Alright. Well, that'll stop at least a little bit of my opponent's nonsensical nonsense. Moon Mirror Shield. Come on, is that really the best you can hit me with? You could have at least summoned Hayabusa Knight. Have some balls and put them on the table, boy. Who summons Recover? Is it because it's a tuner? Is that why this is in here? Is this part of your strategy or something? I can't imagine why else this would be here. Alright, but regardless of that, it is our turn yet again. Let's see. Target Unchained and a card. Destroyed. Target a fiend in the grave. Except himself. Trying to think of what... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this. Pop. That gets me 2 monsters, but those 2 monsters are not the monsters I need. That's the problem, isn't it? I kind of need to get rid of this. Kind of need to get rid of that. I could make Unchained Soul Anguish, but that doesn't help me either. Okay, Escape of the Unchained. I just need to get rid of something of my opponents. I'm tired of being prevented from doing things. So let's get back on some Sorrow Lotus, because that is a feed monster. Another thing about this deck that has synergy. The fact that it can do that. Alright, once more, some Sorrow Lotus does its thing. We'll get our Yubel to the board. I mean, this will be less damage overall than, like, doing anything else, but it'll still work. Still works. I get Nightmare Pain. Add that to the hand. We'll set Eternal Favorite. That way we have another Super Poly, in case Moon Mirror Shield rears its ugly face again. And we should be good. We should be pretty set, unless this guy's playing, like, I don't know, Scarecrow or something. Oh, wait, no. Don't forget to attack with the 0-attack monster. Gotta make sure that my opponent knows. They gots to knows, man. Okay. But we're pretty set. I've got Eternal Favorite. Let's go ahead and activate that now. Just so my opponent knows. He knows now. But I have Eternal Favorite. Basically, I can revive either of my Yubel monsters. And my opponent can't do nothing when they're special summoned, which is nice. So I can revive the OG Yubel. I can revive another Spirit of Yubel. Whatever I need to do. And, if I have a Yubel monster, I can just do a Super Poly. So, we'll see where this duel goes here. We'll see in a moment. Let's see here. What is my opponent going to do? Good question. Pato Cerberus. I love that guy. He's so cool. You take damage while this card's in the grave. Banish this card from the grave. Target a card on the field. You silly fool. 0-attack monsters that ram into each other do nothing. You ever had 2 pacifists run into each other? That's what happens. Alright. Let's go ahead and activate and summon a Yubel. Yeah, the only problem with that Super Poly fight, it does only count the OG Yubel. But I can make that work still. So let's summon out the OG Yubel, because we can. And then this is the part where he hits me with raw sphere mode. Or not. Alright. So, let's go ahead and use the power of fusion. We're going to fuse all of the things. Let's see, now. Let's go ahead. I can make, let's see, this is 3,000. Well, they're both. The fusion, 500 for every fusion materials. We're summoning it, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What attribute is this thing? It's Earth. Damn it. Okay, Yubel. Oh no, I can use you. Why couldn't I before? That's weird. All right, let's just go ahead and use 3. Screw it. Use everything. Let's make it Yubel of Eternal Love. For every material, it does a 500 points of damage. That's 2,000 points of damage right there. And he can banish his power to pop my monster, but I can't be destroyed by card effects. I'm hoping he'll pop like Escape of the Unchained, but no. Regrettably not. Alright, that's fine. This card battles a monster. Yeah. The only thing that's really annoying about this duel is that my opponent has, like, no monsters. His whole strategy is floodgates and moon mirror shields. That seems to be the strategy. I'm surprised I haven't seen a kaiju yet. Although I shouldn't say that, because then there's going to be a kaiju. Let's see. Samsara. You should be coming back. Why are you not coming back? During your opponent's turn, when a monster fights will control Yubel monster. Yeah. I have to activate a monster effect. That's the problem. So Samsara is kind of stuck where he at the moment. I am getting stuff, though. And now I have something that can summon a monster. And that's all I need. So we'll see. I've got the Unchained chamber. Lets me summon any Unchained from a hand or the grave. So why the heckin' not? Let's go ahead and summon Sharvara, because he's big. Alright, so that ought to be game, barring any sort of hand trap nonsense. So, an interesting opponent. At least he lasted long enough for me to show off, like, what we're trying to do with the deck and did all the things we wanted to do. So, we can at least appreciate that much. So, let's go for one more duel. We've shown off most of this deck, but might as well have a third duel. I mean, we do at least 3 of these, so let's go for duel number 3. Maybe we'll summon out Neos, well, maybe we won't. We'll see how it goes. Alright, everybody, the third and final opponent. The fighting third. Very appropriate, because we're all about that damage. I feel like going second. I don't know why, but I think second's going to be good. Okay, that's why we wanted to go second. Okay, very good. Alright, what are we up against? An unusual combo. 6 extra deck cards. 48 card main deck. Okay, that could be a lot of different things. We'll see. I mean, he's got a monster. At least he has one of those. I do need my opponent to have one. Otherwise, I can't do the things I want to do. So we'll see here. We shall see. I see your set monster, so will you set one here? Go full-on old school on me? Go for the T-pass? Oh, he almost did. What the hell is this? Nordic Lights. Nordic monsters can't be destroyed by battle. This card is destroy all Nordic monsters on the field. Wow. I didn't even remember that was a thing. So this is a Nordic deck? I guess it is. Yeah. Holy shite. I did not... I'm sorry. It's just like I've never seen anyone actually play that card. Actually, funny fact, I remember... like this was 20 years ago or something. I forget how long this was again. Necro, old pal of mine, he has Nordic deck somewhere, and he actually pulled this card, and we were like, oh, could you maybe use this in your Nordic deck? And then we looked at it and we're like, no, no, you can't. It does not, like, why would you play this? This is such a bad card. But I shouldn't dunk on my opponent. He clearly had a strategy there. This is definitely a Nordic of some variety. And a Yubel. I get another one of these. Nah, I'm just gonna battle. I'm just gonna keep it. It's the third duel. I'm gonna take it out. This guy's playing Nordics of all things. Plus, he's got a giant rat. Okay, he's got a giant old... Oh, I misclicked there. I was going to set other cards, but this will work just fine. Alright, we'll end our turn. Spirit of Yubel is on the board. Not bad at all. I mean, we're up against Nordics. So what do Nordics do? They make a synchro. They make a link that banishes stuff to make a big synchro. The big synchros worry me. I think Thor does, if I remember correctly. Because Thor can negate my monster effects, if I remember correctly. I know that Odin can be untouchable. Loki does things to spell traps. I'm pretty sure Thor negates all the monster effects. If I remember correctly. I'm 99% sure that's what Thor does. So if my opponent makes Thor, we could be in trouble. I mean, I have things to deal with Thor, but I don't have it at the moment. Storming Mirror Force. I mean, I'm always a fan of that tech, but that's not a fan. I'm not a fan of it right now because that would be a problem. I'm gonna bounce my stuff. I don't want my stuff bounced. All right, let's get some Unchained action in here. I feel a little bad for beating up a Nordic dude, but such is what life must be. All right, let's summon out. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna summon Unchained Soul Disaster because we haven't done this part yet. Now, this dude, unlike the Lynx, he can just link off with an opponent at any point in time. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to summon out the Unchained Soul of Rage. I'm thinking of how cheesy I want to be about this duel. I cannot use this as link material, except for Fiends, right. I could just summon Unchained Abomination and start popping all this stuff. And that's partly what I want to do. So this might seem silly, but if we don't summon Unchained Abomination at least once today, that would be a crime. A crime against Unchained. And I'm just going to end my turn because I have a when you show me that you're playing Storming Mirror Force, I'm going to assume you have other weird traps. Tribute a monster, target attack monster, destroy that monster, inflict that damage to it. Wow, this guy's playing some old school text. I have to take my hat off to you, sir, and show off my bald egg head. Because, lordy, this dude is playing some old text. You're kind of bad, though. Okay. Hat, shut up. Shut up, hat. Okay. I mean, I'm more the thing that, like, wait a minute. If he's playing Nordics, why does he only have 6 cards in the extra deck? Is he playing, like, old school Nordics that he doesn't have the stuff? He doesn't have the link? Why, though? I'm confuddled. I am very confuddled as to why anyone would do that. That's silly. Alright, well, regardless, let's just keep doing our thing, and part of me wants to just attack. Honestly, part of me just wants to, like, battle phase? Attack, please? But I'm also at the same time worried about Storming Mirror Force. But then again, considering what this dude is doing, I think we can just do it. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, screw it. I'm just going to attack this dude. I'm not just going to sit here twiddling my thumbs all day. No, there will be no thumb twiddling. Go, Yubel. Twiddle them thumbs. I don't know. Comment in the comments. Would you want Spirit of Yubel to twiddle your thumbs? Let me know. Just tell me. Just be honest. Okay? Let's go Unchained Abomination. Pop this last card. And what is this? Solemn Authority. Targeting an Azier you control. Wow, this guy really just went all in on the old school tech cards. Does he not have the link? Or is he playing... He only has 6 cards in his extra deck. I'm so confused. Like, legitimately confused. End of the main phase. Activate the Eternal. Summon Yubel monster. Please and thank you. Summon Yubel. Don't tell me you're all of a sudden playing hand traps. Don't you lie to me, boy. You lie to me about your easy... I just don't understand. I guess... Yeah, that's what's going on. This guy just took... You know, he hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In years. You know, he loved Aziers back in the day. He just recreated his old Azier deck that he had lying around. Took it into EDO Pro. And that's what he wants to do. He just wants to play old Aziers. You know what? That's what it is. Oh, I have no other option. I have to run into the Storming Mirror Force. There's no other option. You might think that's stupid. It is, but guess what? We have to do it. We'll see. We'll see if he even allows it. Who knows? We'll see. I think I just made him upset. I feel bad now. No, Biggie Smalls, don't make me feel the feels. I'm sorry that this game is so big now and it's stupid. I miss the days of your deck. The days of your deck were better, damn it. And now I look like McGonagall. That's the worst feeling. Oh, sadness. Very much sadness. I hate. I mean, at one point, I love seeing people try to make these old decks work. The other day, a guy came at me with 13th Grave Turbo, and that was balls to the walls, the best duel I've had in a long time. And then I saw this guy. He's just trying to play old school, bloody Nordics of all things, and trying to make them work in the modern day, which is just not going to happen. They made the link for a reason. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to go too hard on this guy, but at the same time, mercy's not something you just hand out on a silver platter. Oh, it makes me feel bad. It really does. This game's gotten too crazy. It really has. I miss decks like this. I really do. We should all just play like this guy. This guy has bigger balls than half the people on EDO Pro. Actually, he probably has bigger balls than like 3/4 of the people on EDO Pro. Most people are just trolls. All right, but let's go ahead and I have a feeling my opponent's rage quit, honestly. So I'm going to have to skip ahead until it's the end screen because, well, if anything happens, somehow, I'll be back. But more than likely, it's game, and I'll see you guys at the end screen. All right, everybody. Well, Yubel Unchained went 3-0. It's all right. It's fine. We got to do everything we wanted to do. Honestly, that last duel kind of took the energy out of me because I was rooting for that guy. And dang it, if only I didn't know about Storming Mirror Force, I would never have gone for Unchained Abomination, man. I would have just kept battling like I always do. But that's the name of this game. You know, we're just trying to do the battle damage out of our opponent's stuff, and battle traps are our biggest weakness, so this is kind of our out to that, and in a slow but steady manner. So we got to do what this deck does, and big props to all you old school players. People coming back after 10 plus years of playing this game, try it again with your old decks. You're the real heroes here. You're the real duelists, truly. All right, but regardless, this has been today's deck. Good old Unchained Yubel. Real quick, the deck list, and then we'll say adieu. So for our main deck, 1 Neos, because we play the Fusion, 1 Ultimate Nightmare, 1 Incarnate, 1 Rainbow Dragon, 2 OG Yubels, triple Spirit of Yubel, 1 copy Unchained Soul, 1 copy of Element the Hero Spirit of Neos, 1 copy of Unchained Soul Shavra, 3 copies of Aruha, we have 3 copies of Samsara Regenerating Lotus, 1 for 1. We have a Neos Fusion 1. We have Harpy's Feather Dorster, triple Abomination's Prison, triple Super Poly, triple Nightmare Pain, double Nightmare Throne, triple Imperm, double Escape, double Abominable Chamber, and 1 Eternal Favorite. Extra deck being, we have Masquerade, 1 Unchained Soul of Rage, used to be 2, 1 copy of Unchained Soul of Lord Yama, 1 copy of Unchained Soul Anguish, 1 copy of Abomination. We have 1 copy of Super Dreadnought Gustav Max, 1 copy of Super Dreadnought Cannon Juggernaut Liebe. We have 1 copy of Mud Dragon of Swamp, 1 Garura, 1 Starting Venom Fusion Dragon. We have Element the Hero Leos Kluger, 1 Predator Plant Triple Volanture. We have 1 copy of Rainbow Neos. Pardon me. And 2 copies of Yubel, Das Erig, Liebe, Water. And so that's the deck today. A side deck doesn't really matter. There's another one of these things for Yubel. There's another one of these Unchained. And there's other Super Poly targets. And there's Mature Chronicle, but I've never tried it. So that's today's deck, everybody. Tomorrow is the big 1/4 the way through the season. And we're taking a look at some Watts. What deck, you ask? Watts deck, indeed. So we're going to take a look at that. Until next time, your boy Memphis signing out. I'll see you guys on the flip side. You take care.